I know what you need, Wiggy. A hairy berry.
Wow, that's a whopper!
Yeah.
Hello!
Oh, she means hello. Hey, Wiggy, do you remember those huge hairy vegetables in Hairyland?
Yes! Enormous!
She said they were enormous, and she'd be right.
I'll tell you all about it. Okay, so... This story begins at Chateau Shampoo with someone you know. Can you guess who?
Boris,
boo-hoo, what's he gonna do?
Boris had grown a big hairy beanstalk.
It was covered in huge hairy beans. And he thought it was amazing. Boise thought it was amazing too.
And then Boris showed Boise why it was so amazing. And fun.
He watered it with special Boo-hoo Make Your Hair Grow shampoo. And...
it grew before their eyes. It grew.
Boris Boo-hoo had never been so happy in his life. 'Cause this was the day Boris grew a mean hairy bean.
Boris wanted to show off his big bean.
And who does he love showing off to most? The Ha Ha Hairies.
So he told Boise to go and fetch them right away.
Boise loved the idea because it would mean that he'd get to see Mini Ha Ha. So he skippity-skipped off.
Oh, Boris couldn't wait to show off to the Ha Ha Hairies.
The thing was, the Ha Ha Hairies had grown some fun vegetables of their own.
We were watching from the window box, and just then, this happened.
Mini Ha Ha came bouncing in on a huge hairy pumpadong. Pumpadong, 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 pumpadong.
And at that moment, Boise arrived and saw Minnie.
And you know what happens when Boise sees Minnie?
Boris was impatient. Come on, Boise! Ask them to come and see my bean!
But Boise had forgotten about the bean. He was too busy pumpadonging on the pumpadong. Pumpadong, 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 pumpadong. I'd like to bounce on a pumpadong quiz.
Me too.
Pumpadong, pumpadong, pump. Oops!
Boris could see that Boise had forgotten about his bean.
Then, Boris saw all Pa's hairy veggies.
And he felt very cross and very jealous.
Boris was sure his bean was much better than any of Pa's veggies.
It was a bean that could win prizes.
So how could Boris show off his mean hairy bean to the Ha Ha Hairies?
What he needed was a plan. Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs to plan a big surprise.
He needs to plan his next disguise.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
Mr. Muckbucket, the judge of all hairy vegetables.
He was going to pretend to judge the veg in Hairyland. That way, he could make his bean win.
So, a little bit later in the Ha Ha Hairies garden, they were all so excited when Mr. Muckbucket came to judge their veg.
But Chihuahua knew it was Boris.
Oh! And here comes Nana Ha Ha.
Nana arrived with a huge, hairy, purple plopper plant.
Everyone loved it.
Pa decided to sit on the plopper plant.
Then Ma asked Mr. Muckbucket to sit on the plopper plant.
And then Ma sat on the plopper plant.
And then this happened.
Then Minnie and Boise went flippity-flop on the plopper plant until Boris said, "Stop! This is serious!" He was here to judge.
And so he started his judging. Pa showed him his hairy cabbage. Too hairy.
Then he showed him his hairy tomato. Too squishy.
Then he showed him his hairy marrow. Too green. He doesn't like any of their fun veg.
Course not, because he's going to make his bean win the prize.
Oh, that is so not fair.
Boris said they should come with him to Chateau Shampoo if they wanted to see a really amazing vegetable.
He said Boris Boohoo had a hairy vegetable to beat all hairy vegetables.
So off they went, following Mr. Muckbucket. All except for one of them.
Who knew that Mr. Muckbucket was Boris?
We wanted to see Boris's amazing vegetable too, so we decided to go on our Papa Picky.
Papa Picky, Papa Picky, Papa Picky, 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 Papa me round hairy land, round hairy land.
I am Quick,
And I am Wiggy
with a hairy fairy band.
When the hairies got to Chateau Shampoo, they couldn't see Boris anywhere.
But Mr. Muckbucket said that Boris was too shy to come out. He wouldn't want to show off.
They all thought that was really sweet.
We landed in the hairy cactus tree.
Mr. Muckbucket led everyone to Boris's mean hairy bean.
Whoa, that is one mean bean, Wiggy.
Yeah, but I like Nana's plopper plant better. You can't go flippity-flop on a bean.
And then Mr. Muckbucket showed them all what happened when you watered Boris's bean with Boo-Hoo Make Your Hair Grow shampoo. That is one mean bean climbing up to the window ledge. That is one mean bean and one fun veg.
What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful bean. The most beautiful bean I've ever seen. What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful bean. What a beautiful bean and a fun veg. What a bean, what a bean, what a beautiful
one mean bean
the most
climbing up to
beautiful bean
the
I've
window
ever
ledge.
seen. What a bean,
That
what a bean,
is
what a
one
beautiful
mean bean.
What a
One
beautiful
mean
bean and a fun veg.
What a beautiful bean, what a beautiful bean, what a beautiful bean, and one fun veg.
Mr. Muckbucket decided that Boris Boohoo should win the prize.
But because Boris was so shy, he'd give the trophy to Boise instead.
Oh, this is even more not fair. Boo, bad Boris. He's a big cheat.
Calm down, Wiggy. It'll be okay.
Then the Ha Ha Hairies asked Boise to come back with them to flippity-flop on their hairy plopper plant.
And to Pumpadong on their hairy Pumpadong.
So off they went. Boris was so happy. He'd won the trophy.
But then this happened.
The bean grew and grew, and it started to chase Boris.
Then it wrapped itself round his feet. Round and round and round it went.
Boris had grown a really mean bean.
Back in the Ha Ha Hairies garden, they didn't mind that they hadn't won a prize.
Nope, because they were all having fun with Hairy Veg. Well, I had a lot of fun with that Hairy Berry. Yeah.
Me too. But Boris didn't get any fun at all out of that, did he?
He never does.
Show-offs never get to have fun.
But fairies do.
Oh yeah, fairies do.
Just lie down, Quiff, will you?
What?
Lie down.
What are you doing?
I'm pretending you're a big hairy blubber plant. Flop, flippity flop.
Oh, get off!